Joining us now is John Tate. He is the president of the Campaign for Liberty. And John, I want to read to you, if I might, an email that one of our listeners sent to our U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown. And he had sent the note to Sherrod Brown and asked him about the congressional pay raise. And the note that Senator Brown sent back was, "Thank you for getting in touch with me about the cost of living adjustment for congressional salaries. Under the Ethics Reform Act of 1989, members of Congress automatically receive a COLA each year unless Congress votes to prevent such an increase. For 2009, the projected increase is 2.8%, which amounts to $4,700. Congress should not be getting a raise in these difficult economic times. That's why I'm donating my COLA to charity. Half will be donated to Ohio food banks and the other half to Ohio free clinics. Thank you again for writing." Now, our local Congresswoman, Marcy Kaptur, has been doing this for years, and I noticed multiple stories from across the United States about congressmen who are doing this. And my question for you is this, John, since I know that this is an issue near and dear to your heart, why do we have all these congressmen taking the money and then donating it to charity, and which one of them are going to introduce a bill that says these pay raises are not going to be automatic anymore?
Well, actually, the reason they do it, they take the money and donate it to charity is simply to make themselves look good.
Exactly.
That's all they're really doing. It's a PR ploy. Actually, there is a bill in Congress, which we are strongly supporting. It was introduced by Harry Mitchell of Arizona. And fortunately, it already has 93 co-sponsors. It's H.R. 156, called Stop the Congressional Pay Raise Act. And it would stop the automatic congressional pay raise.
Really? That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And he actually was introduced in the last Congress, and all of the last Congress had only had 34 co-sponsors. And we're happy to see that this year it already has 93 co-sponsors. And I thought it was funny. I was thinking on right before when I was listening to the advertising there, you hear President Obama and other leaders in Congress, going after the chairman of Citibank and others who got that outrageous bailout, going after them for giving themselves bonuses and raises at the end of the year, which of course is horrible. And yet Congress is doing the same thing after not just a couple years of a bad economy, but decades of horrible policies that have put us in this situation. So I would argue if there's anyone who doesn't deserve a pay increase, it would be our members of Congress.
Well, they also have a really bad approval rating, even though a significant number of the Obama supporters didn't know that Democrats were in control of Congress. But okay, so John, that was my question off the top of the bat, which I know, Campaign for Liberty has this as an issue for 2009. What is the Campaign for Liberty?
We are a nonprofit 501c4 grassroots lobbying organization. We were born out of the coalition that was put together during the Ron Paul presidential campaign.
Oh.
Coalition of constitutional conservatives, old, I guess you'd call them paleo conservatives, libertarians, basically anyone who believes in our Constitution and believes that it's time to restore the Constitution in this country. And we're currently up over 110,000 members nationwide and growing at a fairly phenomenal rate. And our goal is simply to, not simply, but our number one goal is to see us return both at the national level and the state level to a constitutional limited government that preserves our freedoms and liberties.
And how could you be opposed to that?
Yeah, one would think.
Yeah, I know. We have an awful lot of Ron Paul supporters here, and in fact, our program director, who I'm filling in for right now, Brian Wilson, is a devout libertarian and a big supporter of Ron Paul, as I have been. I'm a registered Republican, but I have long admired Congressman Ron Paul, and actually got to meet with him and ask him advice as I became a county commissioner, and he was very helpful in giving me some good advice, especially on sticking to your principles and looking first at what the charter or your state code or your state law or the Constitution says you can do before you first decide if something is needed or not. Well, in addition,
wow, what a unique perspective.
Yeah. So is Congressman Ron Paul associated with your organization, or is it just that you are an outgrowth of the people who came around, coalesced around him?
He is associated. He is our honorary chairman.
Oh, okay.
And we stay in touch, and we are, we're going to be working on some of the legislation he is either has introduced or is getting ready to introduce on things like, accountability for the Fed. There's another issue that's near and dear to a lot of our hearts is, we've got this incredible bureaucracy, the Fed, and if they have no accountability whatsoever, and we're just calling on simple things like, how about we do an audit of them once in a while?
Are they not
happening? But no, they're not.
really?
Actually, Congressman Paul has a bill introduced to require an audit of the Fed.
How do you have that kind of an organization that never has an audit?
Well, the Fed it's kind of a unique organization. They've been around for a long time, and they have very unique powers. A lot of what they do falls outside congressionally mandated, well, I would argue constitutionally mandated authority. And yet, for some reason, we've allowed, and I say we, I mean the American people, really is what it comes down to. We've allowed them to grow into this monolithic organization, government agency with arguably as much, if not more, power than most of the organizations.